What's the most shameless double standard you've ever encountered? Growing up, my brother Noah and I were treated completely differently by our parents. He was given every opportunity: tutors, expensive sports equipment, college funds. I got secondhand everything. When I asked about taking ballet classes at age 8, my mom said they couldn't afford it. 2 weeks later, they bought Noah an $800 dirt bike. He needs it for his motocross competitions, they said. I learned to stop asking. The pattern continued through our teens. Noah crashed 3 cars by 17. They replaced each one. Meanwhile, I worked 2 jobs to buy a beat-up Honda that barely ran. When it broke down, my dad told me I should have been more responsible with my money. Noah partied through high school, barely maintaining a C average. But our parents hired expensive tutors and wrote glowing letters to colleges about his leadership potential. I maintained straight A's while working 30 hours a week. They never even looked at my report cards. The breaking point came during college applications. Noah got into a decent state school with his mediocre grades. Our parents drained their savings and took out massive loans to pay his full tuition, housing, and meal plan. They even gave him spending money. When it was my turn to apply, they sat me down for a reality check. They had no money left for my education. I'd need to be practical and consider community college or trade school. Maybe take a few years off to work first. I had a 4.2 GPA and multiple acceptance letters, including one to my dream school with a partial scholarship. But without family support, I couldn't afford even the reduced tuition. I watched my acceptance deadlines pass while working overtime at a diner. Then came the Facebook posts. My mom sharing photos of Noah's dorm room, decorated with a brand new TV and gaming setup. So proud of our college boy. The comments filled with relatives praising them for sacrificing everything for their child's education. I finally broke down and confronted them. Asked why Noah deserved everything while I got nothing. My mom actually said, "He's going to be the family's future. Boys need more support. You'll just get married someday." That night, I applied for every scholarship and grant I could find. I wrote essays until my hands cramped. I worked doubles and picked up a 3rd job. I sold everything I owned that had any value. 6 months later, I got accepted to a prestigious nursing program with a full ride. When I told my parents, they seemed confused why I was still hung up on college. They were busy planning Noah's spring break trip to Cancun. I moved out that week, cut contact entirely, built my own life, graduated with honors, got my dream job in pediatric intensive care. Noah flunked out after 3 semesters. Last month, my parents showed up at my hospital. Noah needed a kidney transplant from years of heavy drinking. They assumed I'd get tested as a match, said it was time to put the past behind us, because family comes first. I let them finish talking. Then I pulled out my own folder of medical records, years of untreated health issues they'd ignored while paying for Noah's every sniffle. Asked if they even knew my blood type. They didn't. I told them my kidney was already promised. I'd signed up as a donor for one of my long-term pediatric patients, a 12-year-old girl who'd been fighting her whole life without ever being handed anything. As I walked away, my mom called out that I was being selfish. I turned back and said, "No, I'm being practical. Noah should have been more responsible with his organs." Then I went back to my patients, the family I chose.